Welcome back. This is the 10 o'clock video discussion. A lot to talk about. What a winter, what a weather pattern. It should not be over yet. I mean, we really could have another month ahead of us of winter weather. And, you know, it's a type of pattern that all the potential's there to produce a storm. Doesn't mean the storm's guaranteed to occur, but this is exactly what you need to see for East Coast activity is what we're going to be seeing after the warm-up this weekend. And I tell you, I'm excited. I'm sure nobody else is excited because everybody else is sick of the winter. But, you know, coming from my perspective, this is as good as it gets. So let's go through everything real quick. Let's start off with the surface map. Just take you through the next couple days. As you can see here, warm air starts to build in as seen by these red lines. Basically, just know it's basically warm air for this time of year. Basically, this is a little cold front. It's going to come through. Actually, some showers and thunderstorms in certain spots to our south with this little cold front. This is almost like, think of like in the spring and summer, you get these cold fronts to swing through. This is again a big gradient between Arctic air and warm air from the southeast. That comes through, and then here comes our Arctic front, right here. Okay, there it is. Cold air returns this weekend, and a lot of talk is about our first wave of low pressure could really develop on Monday along this front. But I'm really looking at Wednesday right now. So let's start and go back to the upper energy for Wednesday because I always like to start from the top. Okay, this is basically kind of shows you both branches jet stream. You see the northern branch up here and all different disturbances along it. There's actually a polar vortex up there. And you could and you can actually see the southern branch here. Notice the southern branch is starting to get active. That's a very, very clear sign. So as we get out to Sunday, I want you to look up here. In particular, this little disturbance coming in off of Alaska. Take a look at this. This is a northern jet stream right here that's trying to dig. Okay, it's trying to dig down this way. And you have the subtropical jet stream right here coming across, okay, with a lot of moisture. Now the question is this dig enough so they can combine down here, produce a storm, and bring it up the East Coast? Well, let's take a look. So as you can see, this really tries to dig. Now, I will say the European model compared to GFS digs this a lot more, this northern component. But it digs it, and it starts to phase it right here. It's not fully phased yet, but it starts to try to phase it. But by the time it phases, it's actually offshore here. And if you look at the surface map, pretty strong storm develops offshore here. It actually blows up to about 988 offshore, gives us some light snow. But remember, guys, I mean, when you're looking this far out, you have to understand that it doesn't take much to change at 500 millibars in the atmosphere, basically 18,000 feet in the atmosphere, to change the surface. I mean, all you got to do is dig this down a little deeper, speed this up a little more, and you have a big storm along the East Coast. Okay, will that happen? I think there's a shot. We just have to get this ridge out here to the west in the right spot. I mean, I think right now it's a little too far to the west. I'd like to see more of a ridge more over the west coast as opposed to just off the west coast. But I think the potential's there, guys. I'm going to keep watching this, see how the models trend. Tonight's runs will be interesting, and then obviously the runs through tomorrow will be interesting. But yeah, this is the period that you have to watch. Wednesday of next week, if this is going to dig. Now, the JMA model, which is the Japanese model, is showing the same thing the European's showing, which I think is a good sign because usually I find that the Japanese model tends to pick up on things in the longer range pretty well sometimes. And when I see it agree with the European model, I start to get basically aware that something could happen. So we get through this period, okay, and I always mention, if you watch the video on Tuesday, I really thought things were going to open up going into the first week of March. You could see why here. Here comes our split flow jet stream, okay? So you can see there's one branch there, here's another branch here. Now watch the disturbances that really, look at all this energy that really comes off the Pacific Ocean at this time now, okay? So you have the big influx of moisture coming off the Pacific Ocean last day of February. You have a northern jet stream up here. And basically, by the time March 3rd rolls around, I can't even get it on here. By the time March 3rd rolls around, there's potential phasing again along the East Coast. You can see another storm tries to develop March 1st. And between March 1st and March 4th, I think. So we have two potential storms to look at. One's going to be Wednesday of next week, with actually potential could be something Monday. But I think Wednesday of next week, due to the placement of the Arctic front and energy coming in off the northern stream combining with the southern stream. And then again, first week of March, what a pattern. And when I look at the upper air charts, I mean, again, here's that ridge in the west. There's your 50-50 low pressure. So that's latitude, longitude 50-50. Look at the high pressure over Greenland. So you have a negative NAO developing. And all we got to do is, again, get this ridge a little bit more to the east. Let this fold down a little further south. We phase a storm. We have a big storm along the eastern seaboard Wednesday next week. And as the period goes on, you can see this pattern only opens up more going into the first week of March. Here comes our split flow. And it's all fun and games, guys. So keep checking in. A lot to talk about. We'll see what the runs look like tonight. I'll be updating on Twitter tomorrow when I'm at the office, and maybe another video update tonight. But that's it for now. Just know winter is not gone. Frigid temperatures return after this nice warm-up this weekend. And it's game on again. So we'll see when this pattern breaks. But I don't see that happening yet. Take care.